So about like 2 months ago, we had a topic discussion about GTA 6 here on the channel, and if like me, you just keep visioning yourself playing it whenever it does return, you can't help but think about what could we have in store for us to see. So in this video, I'm just going to chat with you guys about the things I want to see in GTA 6, and also things the community wants to see, as well as sort of our own little wish list. So let's jump into it. Now obviously it has to come out at some point, right? However, because of GTA Online's success since Rockstar Games launched it, it's sort of taking up a lot of Rockstar's time. And well, I don't know, man, I just feel like we're going to keep dreaming at this point. But either way, let's get into my first sort of wish list point, and it's obviously the main event, and that's the storyline. Now, if you look back at previous GTA titles, the main reason you would want to actually buy the game is obviously the storyline. And sure, there's other things too, but the story I'm going to talk a little bit about is the GTA story, and touch on things I want different with the GTA 6 story a little bit. Now, in terms of typical Grand Theft Auto era, I feel as though GTA 5 was sort of different in a lot of ways to other titles, because we had the typical Grand Theft Auto things, if you get what I mean, but I feel as though we were mainly just the FBI's guinea pig, and we just ran around for them, doing missions after missions, doing what they wanted. And sure, there was a heist here and there, and other stuff, but what I'm saying is I want the GTA 4 vibe. Get a little more like into the characters and really explore that aspect, and that's sort of what I want for GTA 6. None of this government bullshit, just typical Grand Theft Auto style, you know? And really get into the characters. And speaking of characters, I want to talk about the protagonists for GTA 6. Now, as for GTA 5, we had 3 main protagonists, which we all know and love. Trevor, the crazy psycho, revenging his friend's death. Michael, the retired criminal lord, who, well, it isn't so much retired now. And Franklin, the young guy with the yee ass haircut, trying to make his way to the criminal life. But as for GTA 6 characters, I don't know what I really can expect in terms of storyline, which we touched on earlier. But hear me out. With a suspected female protagonist being a thing, I don't know how I feel about that, because we've never been able to play as a female in the real world of GTA. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's entirely a bad thing, because we've seen that Rockstar can clearly write a good female character. Take for instance Red Dead Redemption. There was some pretty good background stories to each woman in the camp, but as for the main protagonists, yeah, I'm not too sure on that one. Now, probably the most important thing, and that's the open world of GTA 6 and the location. What and where will GTA 6 be? Let's discuss that a little bit. Now, we've seen it done with San Andreas. Okay, we had Los Santos, and then GTA 5 comes around and we get Los Santos again. Now, in my opinion, I personally wouldn't mind GTA 6 being set in Vice City type area, or with the Miami vibe to it. Now, when people mention Vice City, people seem to think of a time in the 80s. Now, no, I'm not saying GTA 6 will be set back in old time frame, because I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Because I kinda, it doesn't fit the world of Grand Theft Auto as of where it is now. We got from all this realistic shit, and now that's obviously a GTA Online reference, and I'm not referring to the main story at all, but a moderate sized game, a moderate sized map even, would be, you know, not okay, but not bad at the same time. You know, with GTA 5, it didn't take long before we knew the map like the back of our hand, and soon there we got bored of it. So I'm not saying make it bigger, neither am I saying make it smaller. As long as it's set in a decently good location, then I'm not all that fussed about what happens. Oh man, right, you knew it was coming. I had to put it here, but I've decided to put load times for GTA 6 to be just a little bit higher, please. That's all I'm asking Rockstar, okay? Please. Now, with GTA 5, I don't know what happened, but for some odd reason, the loading just decided to become very goddamn slow. And especially with the older versions of console, load times for GTA 5 were around 3 minutes long, which is, yeah, it speaks for itself really. And with the newer based consoles like the PS5 and Xbox Series X, loading times were a lot more quicker as it was running on a better engine obviously, so at least make the load times somewhat reasonable for us. Last thing I want to talk about is similar to what we talked about at the beginning, and that's locations, but this time I want to talk about multiple locations. Now GTA 5 has over the past month stepped up when it comes to locations, and the main reason is that we got the Kyber Island. Now yes, I know it wasn't free roam, but it's a completely separate part of Los Santos and Blaine County and spices things up a little. So if GTA 6 was to take a similar approach with this, like, I don't know, make a separate area to where we can travel but in free roam, that would be interesting to say the least. And yeah, that finishes my list off for things I want to see in GTA 6. If you have your own ideas that I missed off, then feel free to comment them below in the comments. And yeah guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you all later.